This week, scientists announced that they had found that there's always life on Earth, which would mean a lot to me if I wasn't an Astros and a Texans fan. Welcome to the Moonstam Cast. I am Jorden. This is the interstellar to my Murph. Don't let him leave. Brian, how are you?
I'm good, man. Well, I'm not great. Texans and Astros have left me with a lot to be desired, and Notre Dame having a bye week after losing to Miami has also left me a lot to be desired. So sports-wise, not so great. Real life, I'm very good. How about you?
I was going to say Notre Dame didn't drop. I mean, you can't drop if you lose, which the AP poll doesn't mean anything right now. We our God, the committee decides all that, but you're good on that front.
Yeah, if we don't play, we can't drop, right?
Yeah, if you can't, well, I mean, you're eight. Honestly, 8's good. You're still in the 12. That's all that matters until like week 8. I don't know what time I don't remember what week they start doing the projections,
9, but I could be wrong.
Is it 9? Okay, somewhere in that range. But with all that said, I'm doing fine. Other than the sports sucking for the Houston fans. At the same time, sports is awesome. Football is fully back. We have all the football back, college football and NFL football, and then the other footballs as well. Soccer is also back. We'll talk about that. But if you want to start off, let's just start off with college football because that is fun. I don't know. I just want to start with college football. And I want to talk about, a couple weeks ago, maybe more than a week, I talked about how the state of Utah produces more cultural capital than I think it deserves, with like Crumble Cookie and the sodas and stuff like that. I'm starting to think that maybe Florida produces way more good football teams than it deserves, because we have Florida State, USF, and Miami in the top 25. And that's after USF beat Florida proper, University of Florida. And I want to also point out this. There's a man somewhere in the state of Florida, I'd imagine, who ate dog poop in this offseason and didn't say a word about it. And that I thank you, soldier. That's a football guy right there. He ate that shit, didn't tell anyone. That's all I can imagine, because they're good now. And he ate that shit, didn't talk to his team or talk to anyone, and the team is good. We have a top 25 matchup of Florida State versus USF this week. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the state of Florida, if you are a general fan, like, there's a guy that is on another podcast, Part of My Take, Zach. He is just a fan of the state of Florida. Like, he didn't go to college, and so he's just got to be ecstatic. Like, if you were just a general state, which I could not imagine an actual person is outside of him, that'd be like, oh man, I'm just a fan of Texas football. I cheer for Baylor, Texas Tech, TCU, UT, and A&M. But no, the state of Florida is
how that works.
State of Florida is the powerhouse right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm excited for the game next. I'm actually as someone who was in the AAC, his team was in the AAC at one point, not too long ago. I never thought I'd say I can't wait to watch USF play football, but here we are, and I'm saying I can't wait to watch USF play football this Saturday. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm very excited for the state of Florida. Also, I don't know. I've never heard anyone being a fan of a state. Like, I like Texas. I'll die before I cheer for the Texas Rangers or the A&M or UT or Texas Tech, or maybe I'm from here, so I have allegiances. But I would never be like, oh, Nevada. I love Nevada. Like, I'm trying to think of Nevada schools other than the University of Nevada. UNLV. You think of Nevada, UNLV. I'm like, oh, I love both of them. I don't imagine they like each other very much. So good for him, I think. I don't know, but good for him. And then, so I'm happy for USF, kind of. I'm happy for good football. That's all I care about. Unlike the Big 12 crew. Do you see the Big 12 crew that got kicked off, or they got disciplined at all?
No.
Because they, for some reason, I don't know why. So there was a penalty on the kickoff that pushed the kicking team, which I think was Missouri, back to their 20. And this is what I wish more coaches did, which was just ask if they could do something and hope the officials are stupid. And this is what happened in this situation. The Missouri special teams, it was either Kansas or Missouri, I'm not sure which one, I'm sorry, asked the officials, hey, can we just punt here? Like, we don't drop kick or free kick. And they're like, yeah, you can punt. which also definitely against the rules. You have to free kick or drop kick out from a kickoff. And so they did it. And they let it happen, and it like gave, it didn't. I don't know why they asked for it, but the Big 12 crew got disciplined. Which I say, don't discipline that crew. I want them on because as a Big 12 guy, I want them on UH games in case Willie Fritz goes like, "Hey, can we just do something? It's the dumbest thing you've ever heard of. That's definitely against the rule. Like, can we bring can we just pick up the quarterback and run with him? Can I have all my linemen pick up the quarterback and run with him?" They're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, you can do that." It's like the Mike Leach midget thing. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, so I love football for that reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I know we're talking about this past weekend, but I just looked down at my notes. We have 6 big games this weekend. We'll get to that.
We have 6.
For me, my 6. The games that have my attention, I've got 6 of them, and I'll tell them at the end of our college football segment. But I didn't really get to watch that much college football this weekend because I was at the Museum of Fine Arts Houston with my wife and a group of friends.
Well, the good thing is this week was how week 1 we had a lot of big matchups and we're like, wow, this is a good week 1. Week 2, there was one, not that. Really. Yeah. Week 2 did not feel like it was a game, a week where I was like, wow, I cannot wait. I was like, I can watch. Like I went to Rice UH at night, which I'll talk about that in a second, just because there was a thing that happened there that I love. But like, I never felt like I was missing anything big. So week 2, weird week. So I don't think you missed anything. I mean, MoMA has some great stuff. Not MoMA, it's Museum of Fine Arts. MFA, sorry. MoMA's in New York. So I don't think you missed anything huge there. This week, you'll maybe miss something huge, but last week.
No plans.
This is what you do. Listen, this is for all my guys out there who have girlfriends or want to have girlfriends. On off weeks, you do things. And then you're like, oh, I want to do this. Like you mentioned and go like, I want to do this with you this week. Fully knowing I can skip this week. Like I can watch the highlights from this week. And then the next week when like the big matches happen, you're like, hey honey, I really want to watch football this weekend. She's like, you know what? Yeah, we did that thing last weekend. Take me to brunch that morning. We'll be fine. And that's what you do. And that's how you play some trickery right there. Hopefully my girlfriend's not listening because I haven't done that to her yet, but it's always in the back of my mind if I'm like, there's some trickery happening.
So there was an exhibit that was leaving on the 21st. And okay. I looked at college football weekends and I picked that weekend being like, that's the weakest one. So we're going then. Luckily my wife, my lovely darling wife, favorite thing in the world to do is nothing. So if I tell her, hey, I just want to sit in the house on Saturday and Sunday and stare at a TV for hours on end, she's going to go, okay, I'm also going to do that, but on my phone and on my Switch while you're watching games, as long as we're in the same room. And I'm like, okay. So for the most part, I get my football weekends are, we both come home Friday. We don't leave the house until Sunday. Okay. Well, I guess we have to grocery shop. At some point there, we grocery shop, and then we don't leave the house until Monday morning.
Okay, I will say that I am not blessed with that luck. I love my girlfriend very much, and I think she's a wonderful person. And I like that she likes doing stuff. At the same time, sometimes I'm like, I want to watch the game. It can be a little difficult sometimes, but I love her to death. If you're listening to this, please don't listen to this. You're going to get mad at me. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I should just be like, cut this. I'm not, because I'm not a coward.
She's understanding and loving.
She's understanding. And this is our first season together. Like, our first real, because we started in November. This is our first real season, and she's kind of like learning, like, oh, there is football on all the time. I'm like, yeah.
Stop. Wait till the action starts.
Yeah, wait till the action starts. There's one on because I was watching. What was it last night? I was watching BYU Stanford on my phone, and like it wasn't a good game. Like Stanford's not a good football team, and BYU is a better football team. I was like, I have to watch this while I cook dinner. I have to watch this while I wash the dishes. Like I have to do this because it's football. I need football. I think, and by December I'll be like, you know what? Okay, I don't have to watch every game. Right now it's like I need a straight I need a main line these new matchups. And I'll talk about this when we talk about NFL. I fully believe that this is gonna be a crazy season, but that's in my early predictions. I'll get to that. I have a couple notes on college football. Okay, one. Actually, this kind of ties in. We'll talk about this a little bit, but the Chiefs didn't do well this past week in football. And I now have a new theory that Dylan Raiola is zapping all the power from Patrick Mahomes. Even though Patrick Mahomes didn't have the worst game, but because his tight end got engaged on the field, I would say publicly, quite publicly. So now we have him not only copying everything about Patrick Mahomes, but now the people in his life around him are also copying people around Patrick Mahomes. Now, I don't know if his tight ends, name I don't know, his fiance is a singer or a billionaire or like the most famous person in the world. I don't know. I imagine she's not. With that said, you don't have to be. It's just the zapping. It's like it's like switching their places, like switching their souls. All of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes can wake up one day and he's like, I'm at the University of Nebraska. That's not a good impression, but like, hey guys, I'm at the University of Nebraska. And Dylan Raiola wakes up and he's like, I've done it. I've finally done it. So I'm starting to think that he's zapping his energy because he played at Arrowhead and now his tight end's engaged publicly.
And then he rolls over and looks at he's married to Brittany Mahomes and goes, take me back. I gotta go back.
And then Jackson calls. He's like, oh no. And Jackson's like, can you bail me out of jail again, please? And he's like, oh no, I don't know any of the passwords to my account. Sorry.
I harassed another waitress or whatever he did.
Yeah. I mean, who knows at this point what he did. What a family. And his dad's like, I got another DUI. Can you get me out of jail? So we're just dealing with it. Poor, honestly, for all the shit we give Patrick Mahomes for being really good at football, it does kind of suck. His family sucks. So I do feel badly on that front.
It's crazy that he's such a well-adjusted. Okay, so here's Patrick Mahomes himself away from the football field is a pretty good guy that I like. Mm-hmm. I don't know him obviously, but it's like Aaron Judge for me, where it's just like, God, do you have to be successful and good? Yeah. I hate you. And then he's out of the uniform. I'm like, yeah, he's an awesome guy. He's a well-adjusted, patient man is what he seems like. We obviously no one knows what he's like behind closed doors. Yeah. He might go home and just slam his head into the door, just being like, why? The devil contract I signed that said your family's going to be fucked up for the rest of your life is really, really biting me. But I digress. He puts up with a lot.
I was gonna bring up Aaron Judge too, because I'm like, that tall fuck, I hate him. He strikes out too often. He's not a good baseball player. And then it's like he's an adopted kid who seems like a wonderful human being who has wonderful stuff for the New York area. Just a nice guy who everyone seems to like. And it's like, can I just separate the two? I have to separate the art from the artist for a second.
Oh yeah,
the other way. Yeah, I have to hate him for the way he plays baseball, but also be like, he's actually a really good person. I hope he does well in his life, just not against the Astros or in any baseball scenario. Second take, which was I went to UH Rice this weekend, which is the Bayou Bucket, which there's a whole other thing with that I'll get to in a second. But the Rice offense and the Rice quarterback ran the option, and they ran it the entire game. And here's the thing. The option is one of the most annoying fucking things if you're on the other side. But it's beautiful. If it's run well, it's beautiful to watch. If you get UH, I don't know what their run defense is going to look like this year. Doesn't look good so far. It's a little questionable. With that said, I kind of was like, because the quarterback, I don't know his name, and I apologize for that, but I do hope he actually transfers to a bigger school at some point. He was so good at being like, hey, I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to pitch it. And he didn't pitch it. And they're like, oh yeah, he's going to get tackled. And it's like, let me, and then he pitches it at the last second right before he's tackled. I'm like, that's just so beautiful. It's like, it was like, UH was bloodied from the fact that they could not stop this half the time. At the same time, you had to be like, but it is art. It is art. So that's one of my takes, is that a good option is hard to beat.
Dude, that's why Army-Navy was such an amazing game for such a long time. They've gone a little bit away from the triple option, but when they were both running the true triple option, oh my God, shortest game ever, first off. No incompletions. Yeah. Second off, it was just poetry in motion.
Yeah. It's like you have to get the right guy to do it. You have to get the right guys to do it. You have to get a guy like a halfback or a running back who really trusts his quarterback and knows what he's looking for when it comes to the pitch. You have to have a quarterback who's really good at faking. You have to have a good pickoff attempt. You got a good guy, good pickoff guy right there as your quarterback. But he has to know when to pitch it, when not to pitch it, and when to just kind of let it be. Even I was like, at some point I was like, I really wish there was a guy who could spy in between them. You're committing another guy right there. It's a whole other thing. And UH wasn't adjusting at all. Perfect. So whenever it's good, it's good. That brings me to my other point. The Bayou Bucket is the game against UH and Rice. Rice, historically not very good at it. Last time they won, though, was in 2023, but much like every Bill O'Brien take I've ever had, which is if you beat Bill O'Brien, it doesn't count, they beat Dana Holgerson. So in my mind, that doesn't count because he's such a bad coach. It's ending for the foreseeable future because scheduling conflicts. And that makes me fucking hate the new schedule, like the new everything about college football. There's something very beautiful about going to a game and like knowing like the rich, pretentious snobs who are going to be your boss one day and own like the world at Rice University. They're just your buddies right there. Like we're all like everyone knows what the game is. As what my friend put it, they occupy different spaces in football. UH is trying to do good at football, and then Rice is like, we will try, but also our like all our endowment money goes elsewhere to like the actual academics of school. Whereas UH is like, yes, but also basketball, football, very cool. And so it makes me very sad to know that like there's a generation of people who are not going to see these rivalries, historical rivalries between like good and bad teams happen. Like UH pays, and I get the point. It's like UH pays Rice money to go to Rice's stadium to play football. At the same time, part of like the love all of us have for college football is there's a deep tradition and there's like whimsy to it. Like there's the Rice Mob, which is their band, which like had a whole halftime show about, oh yeah, like swiping right on whatever Tinder they had for a new team because Shasta and Sammy the Owl fell out of love. They're also the same person that Baylor got really pissed at in like 2016 because they did a 9 on the field for Title IX after the like, allegations and all that stuff came out. Jesus. There's something beautiful. Yeah, it was not fun for Baylor, but there's something fun about like, hey, our crosstown rivals who like we don't really hate, we kind of all like each other. We get to play them, and like UH will always, usually, like 99% of the time, win. But it's fun to just kind of be there and be like, hey, we're all Houstonians at the end of the day, and that's going away because now you see like, well, why would we pay them money? We can pay another school or like pay, play an SEC school or something like that, and really help. Like if we're really good one day, which UH may win 6 games this year. Who knows? Maybe 6. Hoping for the best, expecting the worst. And we're going to play the better team so that whenever the committee gets together, they'll look at us. I don't know. I don't love it, but I understand why it's happening. So
I mean, yeah, it's how you move up, right? It's you start playing the bigger opponents, you start filling out your schedule more, it starts attracting more recruits. It's how you build a program. And it sucks because I agree with you. To me, and the NFL is king, but college football is more fun because it is full of tradition and I guess they're professionals now because everyone's getting paid, which I like, by the way. But it's a lot more chaotic and a lot more, crazy shit happens because of they're not all going to be NFL players. So like weaknesses will be exploited. Asinine plays are going to happen that should not work. And it's just like the kick 6 and all these things. I just hurt myself by saying that. It's so much more fun. And part of it is tradition and part of it is rivalry. And I feel like rivalry in college football and tradition in college football outweighs the NFL. Now it's better. The NFL is a better product and has better players and is an overall better experience, I guess, as a viewer. But it doesn't have the same charm or the same tradition and the same whimsy as college football does. And I think it is heartbreaking that to move up to try and become a better program, you have to sacrifice some of your traditions.
And this is not a good comparison in terms of football, but like I only really watch college basketball. And college basketball is really fun. And like there's stupid things that happen, there's fun things that happen. Like there's no team that's good at all 3 things. Like there's no one's good at defense, offense, transition. No one has ever been good at all those 3 things. And that's kind of like the beauty of it. And you watch and you're like, you watch the NBA and you're like, oh yeah, like it's way better in every single conceivable way. I think I told the story about how I went to a Rockets game after like only a year and a half of watching college basketball, not watching really an NBA. I was like, oh, this is like way better in every way. But there was just there was no magic to it. there was no like Irvin to it or Magic Irvin Johnson. There's no magic to it in any capacity. And I feel like that's the same thing with college football. Like there was that thing, was it Syracuse? It was someone's like an offensive lineman on something that brought his cat to the game. They were like parading the cat around. It's just like, that's so fucking dumb. And no NFL owner would allow that or like be okay with that. But in college football, it's like, yeah, why not? Why not bring your cat to the game? Because it's fun. And that's kind of the thing I love about college football that's also kind of dying. Like, it's fun to play your crosstown rival who is not as good as you at athletics, but also like there's a shared history there. There's the Bayou bucket. And like, you pretty much know the outcome, but like, I know Rice people. I know people who went to Rice and I like those people and those are my friends. And like, it's nice to kind of have that it's like city camaraderie in there. Mm-hmm. And it's sad that now it's going to I don't know who we're going to play next year, but I imagine it's some school from like a P5 or a Power 5 conference. I don't know if I love it. I really don't love it. So those are about all my notes on college football this week. There wasn't a ton, but I imagine next week we'll get more once you.
Oh yeah. No, these 6 games are going to be fun. All right. First off, Wisconsin, Alabama. Hold on. Wisconsin, Alabama's not looking too good. Well, this is fun because this is a real because Alabama got its ass kicked by Florida State, and then they kicked the shit out of whatever school it was. I don't remember off the top of my head. Wisconsin's going to be kind of a where are we really at game. Mm-hmm. Like Wisconsin isn't a crazy good team, but they're not bad. I think they're going to be better than people think. I think they're going to win 7-8 this year. I really do. So it's gonna be a good test. And Alabama at 19 feels weird, right? Mm. It feels weird to see them that low, but I don't necessarily think they should have been top 20. But
I don't actually think it's that weird. Like I've kind of become used to the fact that Alabama's not the football powerhouse it was anymore. Again, Kalen DeBoer. I mean, I worry for your soul at this point because I think Alabama fans are gonna, how like the Seattle Mariners are using Etsy witches. I imagine that someone in someone in Alabama paid an Etsy witch something, so they're like Kalen DeBoer, just make him go away. Like you know what, have an NFL job open up for him. Or have something happen to him so he'll leave this Tuscaloosa forever. Have Nick Saban actually wake up in the middle of the night and be like, you know what? I hate retirement. I want to live my entire life being the Alabama football coach. I want Futurama's Nixon's head. He's like, I want that while also coaching Alabama football. Yeah. Yes.
Did you see that there was a lady that was asked what she would do if she won the Powerball? And she said, well, I would take $70 million of the Powerball and pay him out. God, I love SEC country, man.
Dude, I love college football for that reason. What other world do you have someone saying that? That was much like whenever Dana Holgerson was the UH coach, and everyone's like, "Tillman, just pay the money. Tillman, just get him to go away. Just make the bad man go away." Actually, that's the entire message to the Etsy witch: make the bad man go away. And it's just Kalen DeBoer.
And then next is Clemson at Georgia Tech. I feel like Georgia Tech always steps up, always plays. They always play Georgia close. They always play Clemson close. I feel like they always play these big name schools close. And I think that's going to be a good game. Now, I have done no research onto Georgia Tech, so maybe they've gotten the shit kicked out of them these past 2 weeks, and people are going to be like, you're fucking wrong, dude.
There's always one game a year where Georgia Tech shows up.
Yeah.
Like, so you won't think about Georgia Tech? Yeah. You won't think about them at all, and then all of a sudden they show up, and they're like, oh, yeah, Georgia Tech is a good football team.
And then you have number 12 Clemson. No, I just said that. Then you have number 6 Georgia at number 15 Tennessee. Top 15 matchup.
Oh, we
Georgia
get that
on
early?
the road. It should be pretty fun. I hope that's a good game, but I could also see Georgia just kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah, so could I. Yeah, Georgia. I mean, Tennessee is actually. I actually believe in Tennessee more this year than I did last year, which I actually like.
No more Nico.
No more Nico. The new quarterback, I can't remember his name, but he actually looks like he can lead a team somewhere. But that said, Georgia is still Georgia. So who knows if we could. It could be an ass kicking or a close game. I don't think there's an in between.
And then after that, we have, as you mentioned earlier, number 18 South Florida at number 5 Miami. Mm-hmm. I need Miami to win.
I was saying Florida State as well. Yeah.
What?
I'm saying Florida State I kept saying Florida State, not Miami. That's on me. They're all the same to me. It's an entire. I root for the state.
I need Miami to win.
Yeah.
I need Miami to go undefeated and win the ACC, to be honest. And then after that, this is going to be an interesting game. I really think so. It's Vanderbilt at South Carolina.
Ooh.
Those fucking nerds are not nerds anymore. They're not they're not. So past forever, they have just been we're in the SEC and then just get the shit kicked out of them. They've turned the program around these past 2 years, and they're gonna play South Carolina a lot closer than people think. I think South Carolina will win and cover, but I think Vanderbilt is gonna look around and be like, "Yeah, we can hang with these boys."
Yeah,
before it's an Alabama meme where they're just they were doing an interview. I think it was some defensive player was doing an interview for Vanderbilt, and he was like, "Well, we want Bama," and then it was 59-0.
I mean, for a while there, it was that Vanderbilt was the GPA booster of the SEC. That whenever you needed, whenever you see a 2.9 for the SEC in totals, look at us, we're smart now. Vanderbilt's carrying it through with a 3.8, and then you have Ole Miss over there with a 1.7, and that's generous. So they're taking the fake classes there. They're taking intro to health management. It's okay, that's not a real class, or intro to coloring. It's not that's business majors, but it's still not a real class. As of last year, I all of a sudden Vanderbilt can kind of take you to the wire if they want to. It's not just the GPA booster school anymore, which we can say is about NIL. Maybe the SEC, all these years of SEC play have gotten them to a point where they can play. I don't know, but yeah, no, this will be, again, I agree. South Carolina wins. I don't know about covering. I don't know what the line is, and also I don't know much about covering at the same time. This will be a fun game. We'll see what happens.
And then the big one for me, the personal big one. Number 16, Texas A&M at number 8, Notre Dame.
Yeah. How you feel about
this? This is our whole season. This is our entire season. If we lose this game, it's done. It's a wrap. 2 ranked opponent losses. Sure, Ohio State won the national championship last year after losing 2 games. Starting the season out 0-2 sucks. It would be a wrap. I would just hope to somehow sneak into the playoffs and not look completely worthless, so we can continue the recruiting train. This is a must-win. I don't feel particularly good. We looked better in the second half than we did the first half. We're at home, thankfully. Still don't love it. Still think this is going to be... I think A&M's better than the people are giving him credit for. And I think we're worse than people are giving us credit for.
I think this year's A&M is considerably better than last year's A&M. And that may be yeah. And I don't think this is a hot take for you. I think this Notre Dame team is a little bit, not considerably worse, but a little bit worse than last year's.
Defense, yes. Defense, I absolutely agree. But offense has the potential of being better than last year.
Yeah.
We just got to see how CJ Carr turns out and how he grows.
Jeremiah Love needs to get the ball.
Jeremiah Love needs to touch the ball a lot more than he did last time.
Yeah.
And the offensive line needs, and so that was the thing. We got dominated on both sides of the line. That is something that Notre Dame has always been pretty damn good at, is a solid offensive line and a solid defensive line. We were getting blown off the ball on both sides against Miami, so they need to figure it the fuck out. Maybe
the line room is just really kinky this year. They like being dominated. All right. Any other? I saw it. I had to take it. I hadn't taken a joke in a second. I saw. Any other big? Anything big?
Those are the big 6 games, and any notes I had on the college football.
Okay, it's just like the Power 6 conference with the AAC. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about at all. There was a time when the AAC, back when it was UH, UCF, all those Cincy, they called themselves a Power 6 conference. So it was really dominant. Every time I took someone to a game, I had to explain to them what the P6 and everything stood for. It was against the Power 6 conference. Back then I was like, yeah, no, we are Power 6. And they're looking back, I'm and it's really lame.
I say as a power. Don't forget about us.
Yeah, can we join too, please? But now I'm in a Power 4 conference. So I'm like, please let me join Baku. Or whatever. There you go. But I digress. Brian, would you like to talk about NFL football?
Yes.
And I wrote down today a couple early season predictions, overreaction season predictions. Now I kind of mentioned one earlier, which is I think we're about to have a wild season. I don't know what it is. It just last year was a fun season, but I don't think it was a wild season. This year, I think it was the first game with the spitting incident and the rainstorm. Now, also with the spitting incident, do you think like Big Lube needs to make a statement? Because spitting's doing a lot of work these days. Because you got Luis Suarez spitting on someone, you got the floor dancing, you got Jalen Carter and Dak spitting at each other. I know, like, I'm not to say anything about this. I don't know what the Big Lube, like KY Jelly's doing these days.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted you to clarify. Did you say Big Lube?
Big Lube, yeah. Like, I don't know what they're doing these days. But I think they need to have a conversation. Like, everyone's waiting for Inter Miami to put out a press statement about Luis Suarez spitting on the opposing player from, I don't remember what team it was, maybe Orlando. I'm waiting for Big Lube to say, I'm waiting for like KY or Trojan to be like, hey, we know spitting's been big, but you still need to there needs to be some glide. Spit can't do all that for you. It dries up sometimes. So I'm really hoping that Big Lube makes a statement. But with all the spitting going on, the big spit, as some are calling it the big spit, and the rain delay, which I still think Jerry Jones did. I don't know how to prove it, but I think he did it. He called in like a cloud seeding. Again, you turn that anger to Jerry, not to the game. Turn it to Jerry. With all that, it made me feel like, oh yeah, this can be a weird season. Like things are about to happen. I don't think I'm wrong yet because it's week 1. We got some weird things going on. Chiefs are also going to lose the AFC West. That's my overreaction early prediction. We'll talk about the Chiefs in a second, but their powers are gone. Possibly Dylan Raiola's fault. Mike McDaniel gets fired by week 5 or 6. I'm thinking 5. I think they play the Panthers 6. So there's going to be one of those two because they're going to lose to the Panthers. Derrick Henry will be the best running back this season. He will lead the NFL until he gets hurt. And I go, Jorden, he's very durable. He doesn't get hurt.
Jorden!
But Brian, I have some numbers for you. He has been hurt in 2016, 2019, 2021, and 2023. We are on our 2-year cycle. It's the second year, 2025. So I'm a little worried for Derrick Henry's health. Now he doesn't get big injuries, but it's the year. It's the year of the injury. But I do think watching him against the Bills, he was fantastic. So I really do hope that. I do think he's good. Up until the fall. Yeah, we all forget things sometimes. We all fumble. We've all fumbled through life. I fumbled this intro. Last thing, Bills are winning the Super Bowl. I'm calling it. It's their year. I've said that for the past 2 years, but I'm saying it again this year.
I don't know, man. That defense got to figure it out. They won that game because Josh Allen is a goddamn magician.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is the best. Okay, they say defense wins championships. Nay, I say recently married men win championships. And that is Josh Allen, my king, my savior. And it's also it's their last year in that stadium. And like, what better send off after all those years of hurt, all those years of barely getting there, all those years of like the pit calls. Dude, the Chiefs are bad. Yeah.
Could you imagine the opening to the new stadium next year and they're unveiling a Super Bowl banner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
Yeah. I don't care about defense right now. I'm thinking of like, what does the universe want? The universe is always giving us a Chiefs loss and a weird spitting incident. At least give us the Bills. Give us the Bills. Give Josh Allen his champ. He doesn't give him one, please. That's all we ask. Give him one. So those are my overreactions to week 1 of big things that are going to happen this season.
I love those. You have now put the Bills in my head, and now that's all I want.
I know. That's the worry because we're gonna. I also my other note is this is my second part of that note. This will hurt me inevitably. But yeah, those are my overreaction predictions for the first after the first week, and I will not change them. Okay, I'm not reneging. I'm saying that is what I believe. So Bills 2025, 26 Super Bowl champions.
Let's jump on over to our home team.
What a fuck.
Just fuck me, dude. Like we revamped the offensive line and they're all ass. It was horrible, dude. So many missed blocks, so many like misreads. They were missing stunts that you literally get taught about in middle school. It was so bad. Hey, if you're a guard and and the defensive tackle is lined up in front of you, and he goes 60 degrees that way towards your tackle, there's a good chance, there's not a guarantee, there's a good chance that a defensive end is going to be wrapping around him, or a linebacker is going to come flying in, or a safety is going to come flying in on a delayed blitz. One of those things is probably, I would put it at a 75% chance something's happening there. You will not just have a freestanding guard just going, a defensive tackle was just lined up on me, and suddenly he's gone. But they did not understand that, and they would just follow the defensive tackles into their offensive tackle, and then the defensive end would be like, all right, CJ, here I come.
Well, if you want me to fuck you, I'll use spit because the loop's off the table. But I just want to say, what the fuck, Laramie Tunsil? We have 11 penalties for 80 yards. Oh, wait. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. 11 penalties, 80 yards. And it was a false start. It was a neutral zone infraction. It was all this shit. And I was like, hey, I understand, like, we have a new offensive line. We're not dealing with the best offensive line at the same time. Like you were saying, you're missing middle school reads there. Like, I played football in middle school. I fucking know those things. I'm stupid. So like, I know the gaps. I don't know a ton of shit. I have good thoughts. They're mostly defensive thoughts. But that O-line played like shit. CJ, I'll get to CJ in a second.
I've got to take on CJ that. We're going to have to hunker down. We're going to have some pitchforks and torches in our comments.
I also have a take, but it's an apology take to someone else. We'll get to CJ in a second. You have to give him a chance. Like, you have to give it. Now, does he hold on to the ball a little too long? Yes. But
we're just going to do it now. Dude, okay. He makes 7-yard sacks turn into 15 to 20-yard sacks by trying to be super. Sometimes just throw it away. Sometimes it's just not there. You don't have to be Superman on every play in week 1 of the NFL season. I get it. You're trying to be everything that we want. You want to be that's like holy shit, look at CJ Stroud moment. I get it. But sometimes you just got to take an L and throw that bitch away. I'm scared because he regressed last year. He was better as a rookie than he was last year. He regressed. And it's week 1. We're overreacting. I'm worried that he has not progressed as a quarterback at all. And that this is his 3rd year, and he is not taking a real step forward. His offensive line has been atrocious. He hasn't had all his weapons healthy. These are all true things. But some of it is, I don't want to say a maturity thing, but like sometimes you got to get rid of the ball quickly. You don't have to make the Superman play every single time. And sometimes you just got to throw it away. It's better than taking that 20-yard sack or even take the 7-yard sack, which no one wants to take a sack, obviously. But 7-yard loss compared to a 15 to 20-yard loss, it's never really been 20, but 15-yard loss is astronomically different.
I'm going to say 2 things to that. One, I think CJ thinks, and I could be wrong, he's Lamar or Mahomes. Because those are the 2 guys I say, you never really have to go down. Like if I'm a Ravens coach or if I'm a Chiefs coach, I go, I think he can get out of it. I think he can. Someone needs to tell CJ, listen, sometimes you got to take the sack and you're going to have to get out of it somehow. But if you take a 5-yard sack, that's not the worst. If it's like 2nd and 15, it's actually not that bad. That's just a penalty. That's one penalty that happened. On the second part of that, you mentioned maturity. After the game, CJ Stroud talked about how he was frustrated. He criticized the pace of the offense. And he said the word lollygagging. Now, instead of criticizing CJ, I will say an apology to someone a year ago. I said is going to get multiple GMs fired for his drafting. And that is JJ McCarthy, who in the 4th quarter, when they were down to the Bears, went to his guys in the huddle and said, where would you rather be? Or where else would you rather be right now? And he got his guys fired up and ready to go. So I say, CJ Stroud, who else but you is supposed to do that? Who else but you is going to fire up that offense? Who else but you is going to get them inspired to play the game of football? I'm not asking you to go out there and be like a Jameis Winston, where you make people confused but also really happy. I just need you to go out there and be like, hey, like, let's like, guys, where else would you rather be right now? Honestly, that's the best phrase you can do. Where else would you rather be right now within all this football field? And I need him to do that to the guys. Cause like whenever he says, well, our pace of play was bad. We were lollygag. We're not practicing hard enough. CJ, who else is supposed to do that? If you're a rookie quarterback, maybe in somewhere like, like, he's kind of figuring it out. He maybe doesn't have the respect to the locker room yet. You're a third year quarterback. Is he a captain of the team? I don't know. He may be a captain of the team, but he's a third-year quarterback. He regressed last season, but he seems like he changed his mindset this season. Wasn't on time of podcast. Wasn't going to Japan. But again, who else but you is supposed to be that person? Do you want Nico Collins to step up? Stephon Diggs is gone. I mean, who do you want to be the guy who like Tank Dell? Maybe, but he's not playing. Who else do you want to step up and make that talk? Give that talk to people. It has to be you. I heard that one. He's a captain. That's part of your job. That is like ostensibly your job is to be the leader on that team. If JJ McCarthy, a quarterback, a first year, realistically, a rookie quarterback who has played no snaps of NFL football during the regular season, can lead his team to a game winner and now it's against the Bears, but who cares? Against game winner by saying, where else would you rather be but here? I don't know what CJ Stroud. What are you doing? What are you doing other than not being that inspirational leader that needs to happen? And like, here's the thing. If he's not, find another guy who can, but I don't know who that guy is. So see, it's your job as the quarterback.
Find someone that will lead part of the offense, not replace CJ Stroud, right?
No, I'm not saying replace it. I'm saying find the guy who can be like, it doesn't always have to be the quarterback. But if there's no one else as the leader, the de facto leader of the offense, that is your job. And so that really, like, he was 19 for 27. He threw for 188 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. Realistically, not that horrible of a game. Like, it's a bad game, but it's not a horrible game. At the same time, don't go out there say you're lollygagging and slow paced when it's kind of on you to get them fired up. I understand the offensive line sucks. I understand the offensive line is not making reads. I understand the offensive line, honestly, fucking you without spit. At the same time, it is your job as the de facto leader of the offense, as a third-year captain. I don't know if he's third-year captain, third-year player, captain of the team, to go out there and inspire. If JJ McCarthy can do it, I think you can too. So that's all. I like that. Got me fired up when I heard that, because it was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, CJ Stroud. Huh?
I do agree with your other point that you brought up, though. We kind of interrupted ourselves. I like the defense. ... I guess was my note.
Yeah. I mean, you have like guys like Will Anderson Jr. and Alshire who are still good players. The secondary didn't look perfect. Like, I think, who was it? CJ Gardner Johnson gave like a 37. Also, we got CJ Gardner Johnson posting like it's mid-season loss. He's like all glory to God. We're going to come back and get it. And like, I don't need that in week 1. That's a week 7 thing. That's after a bad loss in week 7. I don't need a week 1. Like, we're going to get better tweet.
Figure it out.
Yeah. It's week 1. It's week 1. Go figure it out. Week 7, you can tell me how sorry you are. Week 1, just play the game. Not to say shut up and dribble, but shut up and don't tweet. Just play the game. Week 7, that's when you start doing like we'll be back next week. We're going to get our minds right. He gave it like a 37-yard touchdown. It's week 1. I understand. Some things happen week 1. You kind of figure out the team. Secondary is trying to figure itself out. It's still a good it should be a good secondary. At the same time, I'm not inspired. Now, they held the Rams to 14. The Rams are supposed to be good. We'll see. We'll see if that continues this season. They held the Rams to 14. So I'm not upset. The defense, I think, will get it together. At the same time, the offense is where I worry a lot about the Texans. Yeah. As you can tell,
Sting had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up what Davante Adams, what his final stats were for the.
While doing that,
4 receptions, 51 yards, 0 touchdowns, along with 8 targets. I think Sting shadowed him at least most of the game, so that's a pretty good game by Sting, giving up only 51 yards or whatever it was to 41 yards to Davante Adams. But Sting didn't look incredible out there. But listen, he's my favorite player on the defense, so I'm not going there. I'm not going to give him the CJ treatment.
Sorry, speaking of Davante Adams, did you see Aaron Rodgers talking about the Jets after the game? How he was I'm just happy. I'm happy.
I beat everyone on the Jets.
Yeah, I'm happy we beat them. But it's like, hey, like, you know how whenever you listen to a friend, you like realize like, oh, they're not the bad guy in this story. Like I can't support them in this story, and they're telling you like they're trying to be. That's him. They again, I make the joke about Aaron Rodgers friends all the time. Like one more Aaron Rodgers friend, and then they'll be good. You got the coach fired. They did everything you wanted. Maybe the vaccine thing was the problem with Johnson and Johnson, but like they did nothing wrong. Like if anything, they were much more accommodating to you than they should have been to a like 40-year-old quarterback who. It was not the Aaron Rodgers he was on the back. Maybe he has like entrenched PTSD from his Packers days where every time he tried to get something done, they actually try to fuck him. But I was just like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're not the good guy. There's like no good guy in this story, but like, you're not the good guy. You're not the scorned lover here. So sorry, mention that from Devontae Adams.
That's really all I had on the Texans.
Okay. Yeah, there's not, to say there's not much, there really wasn't much other than the O-line, CJ Stroud. He needs more weapons, but it's kind of late for that. And then
I had one last thing. It's Joe Mixon needs to come back soon because we could not run the fucking ball. That's huge for CJ. If you can't run the ball and you have to put it all on him and you don't have a running game, he's fucked. Almost every single quarterback in the league would be fucked without some semblance of a running game.
Yeah,
man, all the running backs looked like shit. Yeah. All of them.
I was like Nick Chubb averaged 4 yards a carry, which I am okay-ish with, but it wasn't
4 yards.
Slow 4 yards. Again, as my middle school coach said, give me 3 yards and you'll be perfect. Give me 4 yards, you'll be perfect. But if like you could speed up that pace a little bit,
just pick it up a little bit.
Just be the Nick Chubb we thought we got. Except no one thought that Nick Chubb was going to be there. No. I want to talk about Bills Ravens real quick, but I also want to talk about Chris Collinsworth, who a couple weeks ago I said was my favorite NFL commentator. I believe, or color commentator, and I believe this week really showed me why. So during Bills Ravens in the fourth quarter, when I think there was about a minute and a half left, it was 4th and 3 on their own 40 or something like that. He said to go for it. And like, that was actually the correct decision, but it sounded batshit insane when he said it. I'm like, that's the thing. He says crazy things, but they're kind of right. Add on to that. During the Cowboys-Eagles game, Mike Tirico was talking about how like limber Dak Prescott was, like how he does all these stretches and stuff like that. And they showed him shirtless. And Chris Collins, he like says to them to Chris Collins, were like, well, would you love to be that limber? He goes, I don't know about limber, but I'd love to have his body. I go, that's why I fucking love you, Chris. That's the kind of shit I sign up for. I want weird shit on my television on a Thursday night. The first game of the season, Chris Collinsworth is in midseason form already. I love that man. He is so good at his job, but also bad at his job, but good at his job. Like, I get engaged every time he speaks. So I just want to give every time, I saw comments in there. I didn't see comments, but like I saw, people maybe agreeing. People shit on Chris Collinsworth. That's why I love Chris Collinsworth. I want you to talk about Dak shirtless. I don't give a shit about your football takes. Talk about Dak shirtless to me. That's what I want to hear. So I love that guy so much. He's so awesome. I hope he never retires. Also, his son works for NBC now, I think, or Amazon, one of the two. It was like there was a Collinsworth doing like interviews during the tunnel, during the rain delay. I was like, I'm guessing that's Chris's son. I'm going to take a strong guess because Collinsworth is not a big last name. It's not a common name, especially also in football. And you're like the guy who's color commentating is Chris. I'm just going to take a strong guess there. But yeah, I love Chris Collinsworth.
Ravens Bills. What did we see game of the year already? Okay,
I have another take for you I talked about Utah and Florida. Are the Bills overrepresented in games of the year? Not in a bad way. I just feel like every year the game of the year has to do with the Bills. Now that is also the Bills being really good at football, but also playing really good teams down to the wire. But yes, if it's not game of the year, I mean,
we're in for a treat. We're in for we're in for a treat if that's not game of the year.
And which I like, again, from my predictions from the first part of this, don't think it will be game of the year. I think we're going to get another crazy one down the line somewhere. But that was sensational. So now it wasn't like the entire game was sensational, but remember when Peyton Manning beat the Texans in like 4 minutes at the end of the game? Felt like the score. It was a scoregami, and the scoregami guy did not tweet after the score.
He's got to be a Ravens fan.
He's got to be a Ravens fan because he tweeted about the Chicago Vikings game. He not tweeted about it. I'm like, dude, that must be hard. Like I remember when that happened to the Texans, I was like crushed, but it wasn't like. It was Peyton Manning. Now, like it was Peyton Manning versus what? It was Matt Schaub, I think. I'm not like again, we're like Rice and UH occupied two different spaces in history. It's Lamar versus Josh Allen, and Josh Allen just fucking rips apart your defense. I mean, makes them look silly. He
200 something yards in the fourth quarter alone.
And he not only did he just throw for it, he ran for it too. I mean, the man gets married and is like, you know what? Fuck it. I need a ring. I need another ring. I have one new one. I need a second one for another finger. I love Josh Allen. The things he does to me. I talk about the things Chris Collinsworth does to me. The things Josh Allen does to me and makes my heart flutter. I don't know. It gave me, again, that's what gave me the hopes that they were winning it this year. Now, does their defense look good? No, it does not look that good. Does the fact that they had to wait till a minute and a half or 3.5 minutes left on the clock to win? Great. Not really. At the same time, the fact that Josh Allen can just get that, like, it's like watching Tom Brady again, where like just the force of will of Tom Brady is going to make it get done. I was going to say Peyton Manning, but not so much Peyton Manning. Like there were times when Tom Brady would just be like, "Oh, I'm not going to lose this game. I'm good at football. Never mind. Fuck you. I'm going to win this game." It felt like that watching Josh Allen. So I think I put him and then next to Matt Prater, and I said king type shit. And I have a question about Matt Prater. Do you think, how many times do you have to say like, thanks my man, or thanks my guy in the locker room? Because he doesn't know half their names. Like they were like, hey, great job. He's like, thanks guy. Thanks my man.
Dude.
Thanks dude. He's like, don't know. He's like, I know Josh Allen. Yeah, I know that guy. So I know the guy who holds for me. But I just want to know how many times he had to say like some version of my guy or my dude or something like that.
Probably a lot.
So, but yeah, no, I love the Bills and I love the Ravens. I love the Ravens too.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be fun. I think we just got the AFC championship preview.
Yeah,
and I hope it's just that much fun.
Yeah, the thing is, given how the Bills play in the playoffs, which is not always good, it will be. It will be, and given the Ravens also like to blow big games at the end, which it's gonna happen again. I mean, I think it's
Flacco.
Like something about Flack. I mean, that's the Browns this weekend almost got it done as well. Against Joe Burrow looked horrible, but
that's where I wanted to go next. The Bengals. How many games before this past Sunday do you think Joe Burrow has won in September?
It's going to be some crazy number like 0. Is it like 3 or something? One. Yeah.
So Bengals are known for their slow starts, but and they had a slow start. They had a slow start on Sunday as well, but they got it done. But man, dude, I think it was like 4 total yards of offense in the second half, and the Brownies couldn't get it done. That sucks. That's soul crushing, man. Your defense is looking at you like, we gave up 4 yards, man. 4 yards.
It's kind of the opposite of last year, where they couldn't save the defense, couldn't save them for the life. Defense could not save the Bengals for the life of them.
No, just the Browns defense gave up 4 yards. Browns defense gave up 4 yards of total offense in the second half. The Bengals offense had 4 yards total in the second half, and the Browns defense is staring at the Browns offense like, come on. You're basically getting a free half of football.
I mean, to be fair, your quarterback is a guy who was relevant in the early 2010s. No offense to Flacco. It's something about Flacco. But dude, I don't know how. And you have a rookie. Yeah, it's something about Flacco. And you have a rookie running back whose name I cannot remember for the life of me, off the top of my head. It's not like that offense is not made to be a go-go offense. So it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be a bad year for the Browns. We all expect that because they came into the season with 5 people in their quarterback room, and I think I have 3 now.
Yeah.
Well,
down to 3.
I think it's Shedeur Sanders, Kenny Pickett, and Flacco. Nope. Is it Kenny?
Pickett got traded.
Who's the third one? There's another
the
one.
other one they drafted.
Not Cam Ward, because Cam Ward's elsewhere. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep talking to
Dylan
kind of hope
Gabriel.
for the best here. Dylan Gabriel.
Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. What an odd quarterback room. What an absolutely odd quarterback room. 2 rookies and a guy who realistically maybe should have retired. Or I mean, honestly, right? He's a pensioner. He's an NFL pensioner. No, I'm not saying he should have retired. I'm saying his age. Flacco stays forever. He'll be here until he's 60. I mean, he's got a throwing motion of God, and I still got Lord God. At one point, he was, I think, the highest paid quarterback in the league for like a little while, because the Ravens are like, we love this guy because there's something.
They won the Super Bowl and they signed him big contract.
Yeah,
I got 2 quarterbacks I want to talk to you about real quick.
Okay,
Cam Ward. Do you know what his stat line was?
Hit me with
12 for 28. For 112 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Now, that doesn't sound very good. First career start on the road at Broncos. Mm-hmm. If you look at the stats,
defense.
If you look at the stats, you're like, oh, fuck, he did nothing. If you watch the game, Cam Ward is going to be a problem in the future. He's going to be our problem in the future, as in the AFC South. I'm very scared of that, man. If they put a complete team around him in Tennessee, they're going to be horrifying in 2 to 3 years. Now, let me talk about another quarterback in the AFC South. Daniel Jones. What the fuck was that?
Do you mean Lord God Daniel Jones?
Dude, I'm I have very little confidence in us winning the division right now. It's week 1 overreactions, I know.
Yeah.
I have very little confidence in us winning the division right now.
I had this question, and is Miami just that bad? Or is Daniel Jones secretly really good and just didn't want to do it for the Giants? Did Daniel Jones want to bring down the Giants together? Because what was he, the first quarterback to not have a pass dropped for, I don't know, something like
the
Colts
score on every drive since
the
score
on every drive. Yeah. We had a talk last week about Anthony Richardson started, and we were like, well, maybe we trust Daniel Jones more. And we both said, no, we don't. It's Daniel Jones. And then Daniel Jones comes out and is maybe the best quarterback. I mean, for just if you're looking at week 1, it may be like Josh Allen, Daniel Jones in terms of best quarterbacks in week 1. Now, historically speaking, that's not true. Probably by week 2, not true. I don't know who the Colts play, but I'm hoping for my own personal sake it's not true. At the same time, what? No, the Daniel Jones, that guy, Daniel Jones, the failed quarterback, Daniel Jones, the guy who dated the woman on NFL TV. I don't think so. I could not wrap my mind around the fact that I was watching it. Okay, so it'll be worse. Hopefully it'll be worse, given that it's the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos have great defense. They're my team this year that I love, but everyone does.
I only have one more note, and I'll make it quick. Steelers and Jets. The over-under was 38.5, and I hate unders. And I said, Steelers and Jets, huh? That's a low under. That's in the 30s. I think this could actually be the under. That is why I don't ever take unders, Jordan. What the hell was that? That if it wasn't for the Bills and the Ravens game, I would say that was going to be one of the best games. Like, that could be game of the year and game of week 1. And then Ravens Bills obviously blew it out of the water because that was just incredible. But the Jets Steelers game for me was the best game in the early window. Holy shit, was that fun?
Yeah. Yes. I also want to point out one last note for me, which is Chargers Chiefs. I'd like to congratulate Justin Herbert on having sex for the first time, apparently, because he's no longer the what if quarterback. I don't know if you know, his stat lines are fucking insane for that game. Also for a Brazilian game, 25 for 34, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 32 yards of rushing offense. That's insane. That's the Justin Herbert I've heard about for the past 4 years. Finally coming out. I don't know if Jim Harbaugh took powers from his brother this past weekend. I don't know if there was a Harbaugh off. I don't know what happened, but I know Madison Beer bagged him, obviously, because he's the prize. He's our Justin Herbert. He's the prize. But congrats. I don't know if he had sex for the first time is automatically better at football. But I'm really proud. I'm so happy for him. Also, the Chargers for last year were just very run heavy. Let him fucking throw the ball. He's so good at it. Let Justin Herbert throw the goddamn ball. So that's on Justin Herbert. Amazing job. We love you, King. Keep doing you. We'll be watching you.
Go win the AFC West, please.
Go. That's the next part. Mahomes forgot he needs someone to throw to. I think the Chiefs also forgot that about him. That hey, he's really good, but he also needs to be able to throw to someone. Travis Kelce also heard that and said, "Let me kill Xavier Worthy." So I don't.
Some of us have him on Dynasty and started him this week. Thanks, Travis.
I mean, the good thing is Travis doesn't know how to block someone. We've learned that this week. He doesn't know how to play a tight end position correctly. It just turns out that's his own team. So, oopsie. But the Chiefs did not look good. I don't know if they're black magic, so maybe next week they'll pick it up at the same time. Who knows? I also had one more note, which is Ben Johnson pulled a Nathaniel Hackett by doing oopsie his first game. Now, for the sake of, I don't know, the Bears, let's hope that, I mean, not really for the sake of the Bears, let's hope he doesn't continue to pull Nathaniel Hackett. But the whole kickoff thing, where after, at the press conference, he said, like, he was supposed to kick it through the back of the end zone. Brother, just kick it out. Just kick it out. Get the two. Just kick out of bounds. Just I don't care. Just kick out of bounds. Get yourself a 2-minute warning so you don't have to burn. I think you had one timeout left. You don't have to burn that timeout somehow.
Oh, it doesn't matter what part of the field they were on, because if they got a first down, it was over.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, again, JJ McCarthy is my new guy after a year of slander or 2 years of slander. But yeah, he pulled a Nathaniel Hackett, and only person who wants to say they pulled a Nathaniel Hackett is maybe Nathaniel Hackett and no one else. So that was my last NFL note.
Well, we still got to do our pick'em, and we got to do my bets. Pick'em, I went 6-10, not great.
So I went 12-4, but I need to check something because I was doing my notes on like the thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I picked the Jaguars, but for some reason I think I said the Panthers. I'm gonna have to go back and actually listen to that and make sure. Because I wrote the Jaguars down, but I think I said the Panthers for some reason. I don't know why.
I believe you. I do think I was trying my best to track you as well. I believe I have you at 12-4 as well.
Yeah, I'm at 12-4, but for some reason I think I said that, so I need to go. I think the audio is the god in this.
Yes, I agree.
So let me go check. I'll have to go check because I was looking. I was like, I remember seeing the Panthers, thinking to myself, like, that's a stupid pick. So I don't know. So I either 11 or 5 or 12-4, depending on what I said. But by writing, I'm 12-4 this week.
We'll go back and listen to it and get it. I still have my list of teams I picked from week 1 because I know we're going to put it on a Google Doc so we can keep track of it better this year. Yeah. You ready to run through the games for this week?
Let's do it.
All right. Starting off on Thursday Night Football, Commanders at Packers.
Packers
as well. Giants at Cowboys.
I'm going to say Giants.
Okay, I got the Cowboys.
Okay.
Seahawks at Steelers.
I have this. No, I'm going to go Seahawks. I was debating this one. I think I'm going Seahawks here.
All right, I got Steelers. Rams at Titans.
I'm going to say I'm going to say Titans now, actually. I'm going to say Titans now.
I've got Titans. Bills at Jets.
Bills.
Patriots at Dolphins.
Patriots, because the Dolphins are going to lose every game.
Patriots. Jaguars at Bengals.
I'm going Jaguars here.
I'm going Jaguars too. All right, this is the opposite of last week.
Yeah.
49ers at Saints.
49ers.
49ers as well. Browns at Ravens.
Ravens
as well. Bears at Lions.
I'm saying the Bears.
You're crazy.
Saying the Bears.
You're crazy.
I'm saying the Bears.
I'm going Lions. Broncos at Colts.
I'm going Broncos because it's my team this season.
I'm going Colts.
Okay.
Panthers at Cardinals.
I'll choose the Cardinals for old time's sake, and I don't believe in the Panthers at all.
I'm going with the Panthers. All right, here we go. Eagles at Chiefs.
I'm saying Eagles.
Chiefs.
Oh, really? Okay, I like it.
I feel like this is get right game. I think the Chiefs at home. I think this is a get right game. Falcons at Vikings.
I'm choosing the Vikings here. Falcons.
Okay, here we go. All right, now we're talking. Buccaneers at the Texans.
I'm going to say Bucks just because I think it's funny.
I'm going with the Bucks too. I did not like what I saw. Chargers at Raiders.
Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
All
right, flipping them on to my side of things. I went 8-11-1 last week. Ooh. Start off on Thursday Night Football. Commanders Packers over 47.5. Bills Jets over 46.5. Bears +6. Browns Ravens under 45.5. Jaguars +3.5. Titans +5.5. Patriots money line. Giants Cowboys under 44. 49ers -4.5. Steelers -3. Panthers +6.5. Colts money line. Eagles Chiefs over 47. Falcons Vikings over 44.5. That's a disgusting bet, and I hate it. Falcons +4.5. Buccaneers and Texans over 42.5. That's an even more disgusting bet, and I hate it. But I'm going to that game, so I have to take the over, of course. Buccaneers money line, and then Chargers -3. Let's have a week.
Let's do it. I have a couple more notes just in general. I don't know if you want to hit them real quickly. We're going to say, okay. Taylor Trammell did nothing wrong. It was self-defense, actually. The umps got it wrong. The bat was adjusted in case Framber attacked him. As we know, he is prone to do. Also, the Astros are 3-7 in their last 10, which is comparable to the Athletics. So I'm not really happy about that, or where the Astros are right now. Also, I have an LMJ take. I'm going to let that one slide today. Also, because it feels like it's probably not at this point. I mean, also Luis Garcia, my note is ugh. So that's just my nose. Ugh. Not much there. For soccer, we might have a reverse Ted Lasso situation. Mauricio Pochettino was on Big Noon Kickoff, the week 1 of the college football, and he keeps talking about how much he loves college football and the atmosphere, and how he wishes they could translate that to the U.S. men's national team, who is also not playing that well. They lost 2-0 to Korea. They don't look good. I wonder if we're going to get a reverse Ted Lasso situation, except Ted Lasso also won games as a football coach, whereas Mauricio Pochettino does not win games as a soccer coach. He beat Japan, but I don't give a fuck right now. I'm not excited for the World Cup at all. I was very excited coming into when he was hired. I was like, okay, it's a new start, it's a new day. Pulisic looked great against Japan, but given how Mauricio Pochettino is talking, I'm halfway convinced he's going to go coach Marshall next season. I don't know why. It just feels like he's going to be like, fuck this whole soccer thing. I want to play the European / Argentinian / South American mind cannot comprehend SEC football. And that is further convinced. I'm further convinced of that. So he wants to play. You know what? He'll go coach Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin will go to Florida for some reason. So I've seen that rumor a couple times, and I'm like, what the fuck? Lane Kiffin will go to Florida, and then he'll go coach Ole Miss, and he'll lose every single game because he knows nothing about football. But he'll have a really positive attitude while doing it. So that's what I think is going to happen next. Also, there was a report this week that Bruce Pearl is probably not going to run for Tommy Tuberville's open Senate seat. The fact that the fact that I even said the headline, there has to be a top 5 dumbest ways to lose your coach right before the season, and one of them has to be your coach decides to run for Senate for the open vacancy left by a football coach, and that's I want nothing but the worst for Auburn basketball, just in general. At the same time, I'd feel badly if they're like, hey, our season is disarray. Our players are transferring because our coach, who, again, his entire Twitter feed is, Auburn basketball, come to your city. Look at these Auburn guys in the NBA. The Communist News Network is destroying America. I hate Kamala Harris. Also, oh yeah, look at this guy in the NBA. Also, Auburn basketball, really good school. That's his entire Twitter feed. If that guy says, you know what, I'm going to run for Senate for Tommy Tuberville, the Auburn coach's vacant seat. There's an Alabama taken there. I'm not going to say it because who cares? But dumbest way to lose your coach all the time. But maybe it won't happen. We have till the end of the month, apparently. So if they lose their coach, I think the month basketball kind of starts. A really dumb way to lose your coach. So that's all my notes for this week. But yeah, I kind of want it to happen because I think it'd be really funny if it did.
That's all I got too.
All right. Well, Brian, where can the people find you?
You can find me across all social medias at Org Polaris, AURICPOLARIS, especially at twitch.tv/OrgPolaris. Elden Ring streams are going well. I played Pico Park on Saturday, Pico Park 2. That's going well. Jorden, where can the people find you?
Find me at Jordan's Thoughts on Twitter, which I've been tweeting more. And then Moonstamp Sports, not Cast. Moonstamp Sports about cross-out platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, X. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you guys listening. We'll have a kind of a big announcement this week or next week about our new schedule going forward, if you're listening. But thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, rate, whatever you can do on whatever platform you're listening to. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace and love.